It is impossible to create any flour-based product, especially pizza, without water. It hydrates the molecules in the flour to create gluten, which is fundamental for the yeast life. Water also hydrates the starches, allowing for gelatinization during the bake and has a solvent effect on glucose, sucrose, and salt. In general, if your water is good to drink, you shouldn't have a problem with your dough. You can always test your water pH level with a pH test strip or a reagent to know for sure. If the pH of the water is greater than 6.8, that means that the water is more alkaline. If the pH level is less than 6.5, it's more acidic. Ideally, the closer to 7 or a neutral pH, the better. If water is more alkaline, the dough may not proof properly, slowing yeast activity and producing a sticky and slack dough. If water is more acidic, the fermentation rate will increase, producing a more rigid dough. When your water's pH isn't ideal, you can always alter it to give your yeast a better environment. If the water is too alkaline, you can add citric acid or white vinegar to increase the acidity in the water. If the water is too acidic, adding baking soda will increase the alkalinity of the water. Even though we can change the water pH, we will not be able to change other characteristics such as mineral content of the water. If you have hard water, it may be best to invest in a reverse osmosis water system to ensure consistency in your water. Lastly, one of the most crucial things in dough making is the temperature of the water to control the dough's proofing and fermentation process. The temperature of the water needed for your dough will be based on the temperature of the environment, the other ingredients, and the friction factor given by the force applying during mixing. Bottom line in dough making, get your water right before getting started.